This is a Bailey Ranger 380, just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. In front of the van we've got jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll demonstrate these to you in person here on site. In the front locker, you've got your gas bottle tie downs, where you can tie down a maximum of 2 6-kilogram propane gas bottles at any time. And then you've got your regulator on the bulkhead, and we have the gas pipe work available here on site should you need to buy some. Coming down the side of the van, you've got your wind down legs on either side of the front to stabilise the Caravan while it's on site. You would never lift the Caravan with these, they're only there for stabilising. Like I said, if you lifted the Caravan with these, you could potentially damage the floor of the Caravan. Going further down the side of the van, you've got your heating and hot water flue, so you remove the cover prior to use, and you put it on and clip it in place when you're not using it. But you do need to remove that prior to igniting anything on gas inside of the Caravan, and it basically works the same as the flue on the side of your house. Then you've got your water pump coming out the side of the van, so you release the pump out the side of the Caravan when you're not using the pump, and the pickup pipe drops down inside the aqua roll, as you can see here, and the pump needs to be fully submerged in water prior to turning the water pump on. You've then got your motor mover and wheel nut. The wheel nut will torque while you're here on site, and we'll also demonstrate the motor mover to you so you can see it is all working correctly. Going further down the side of the van, you've got your toilet flush tank. You put 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use. And in the bottom, you've got your toilet waste cassette, so you plug the orange handle and pull the cassette towards you. The neck here turns out 90 degrees, so you can tip the waste away. The grey cap is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. And you've got an orange pressure relief button at the back of that cassette, so when you tip the waste away, it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. On the back of the van on either side, you've got your 2 wind down legs again, and like I said, they're not there for lifting the van. On this side, we put a battery in the battery locker, just so you can see everything is working as it should. We've then got 2 fridge vents, and the 2 fridge vents are very simply there to allow the fridge system, allow the hot air out the back of the fridge unit, and to take some cool air in. Like I said, just there to release the hot air out the back of the fridge unit. Then your battery box, we put a battery on to demonstrate everything is working on 12 volts, and you've got your mains power lead coming into the van. You do need to make sure anytime you have the van plugged into mains power, there is a 12 volt battery on board, as if not it can cause problems with the 12 volt systems and the 240 systems on board the van. So, as you come into the Caravan, on the left hand side you've got your master control panel. So you've got your main power switch here, you've got your interior lights on and off, and then you've got your awning light for the outside of the Caravan also. At the top here you've got your voltmeter for your battery on board the Caravan. And then you've got your water pump run on the bottom right hand side, which I'll come back to in a moment. First thing you're going to need to do when you come into the Caravan is make sure all of your 240 trip switches are up in the right position. As you can see here, all the trip switches are in the up position here. Test switch on the end here, hit the test switch. If this switch drops down, it means you have mains power coming into the Caravan. If you hit the test switch and it doesn't drop down, it means you have no mains power coming into the Caravan itself. On the left hand side here, you've got your fuses for the 12 volt systems on board the Caravan. And then you've got your fuse, what fuse should be in each one down the left hand side here. Once you've got all your fuses in the right position, and you know the fuses are all there, then you can come underneath the seat on the right hand side, and you can find this yellow valve. The yellow valve is the drain down valve for the water system on board the Caravan. So if that valve is flat with the floor, as it is at the moment, you'll be able to fill the water system up. If that valve is pointing upright towards the bottom of the seat, then it will drain all of the water out of the system back onto the floor underneath the van. So once that valve is flat with the floor, you can open all the taps up on the hot side of the water system. As you see, I've already filled the system up, but normally when you come to the van for the first time, it'll be empty. Just because you should drain it down after each use so you have no stagnant water in the pipeworks. Then once that valve's in the right position and it's the pump submerged in water outside, you can turn the water pump on and the water system will start filling up. Once that water system's completely full, you'll have water flowing out of every tap on the hot side of the system continuously. At that point you can shut all of the taps back off, and then you can start thinking about warming the water on board the van. So once that water system's full, we can then come over to our controls for the heating and hot water. Now you notice you've got several different controls on the wall here. The 2 on the right hand side are for your room heating, and I'll come back to these in a moment. But the 2 on the left hand side are actually for your water heating. So you've got 2 30 volt water heater at the top. You can put this switch on here, and that'll be your electric water heating when you're connected to mains power. However, if you're not connected to mains power, you're going to need to warm the water up somehow, and that's what this dial is for on the right hand side here. It says Ultra Store. This is actually your gas water heating. So you spin this outer grey dial round to the flame symbol, and you'll get a green light here in the back here. Now if it fails to ignite, you'll get a red light that appears in here also. If it does ignite, you can control the water temperature between 30 and 70 degrees on this dial just here. As you can see, the red light has appeared at the moment because there's no gas bottle currently on the Caravan. The higher you go with this number here, the hotter the water system will be. Now with the electric water heating, it's not going to boost the water quick enough if you're going to shower on board the Caravan. So we do recommend that you use the gas to do this, and we do recommend that you set it to a higher temperature, then use the taps to cool it down, cool the water down like you would at home. You can isolate the gas supply to the water heater by going back to the off position just here. On the right hand side, you have your 240 volt electric room heater, or 230 volt, sorry. Now to operate this switch on the right hand side, because this is actually all the electric heating here, you need to flick on the switch here, and then down the side you'll see 500, 1000 or 2000 watts. What this relates to is the amount of power coming into the Caravan from the Caravan site you're on. So you'll select the power source that you have available, and if you're not sure, you always ask the site office when you arrive on your holiday. Spin the dial to where you need it to be, and then you get a green light appear to say the heating is on. You can then control the temperature of the heating on electric between 1 to 9 on this dial in the centre here. You can turn off the heater by spinning it back to the off position in the centre here. If you want to isolate the heating on electric, hit the power switch and off it goes. You can also run your water heating on gas. Heating on gas. So you've got the dial here on the top right hand side of the heater. You spin this dial around between 10 and 9. Hold down the gas valve and hit the igniter at the same time. Once it's ignited on gas, you'll have a pilot light in this window down the front of the heater. Once it has ignited, you'll continue to hold down the gas valve for a further 5 to 10 seconds, then slowly release the valve, and then you can control the temperature of the heater on the dial on top. Now around the Caravan, you'll see you've got these little white vents. They're a bit like the blown air vents in your car, for instance, where it blows out from the dash or underneath the dash, wherever you'd like it to go. What you can do is you can turn your heating on, let it warm up for half an hour or so, then you can have the blown air heat coming out these vents around the van, or you can use them as cold air fans when the heating's off. And to do this, you have this dial on the left hand side top of the heater. This little switch at the bottom here, when it's on the dot in the centre, allows the heat to come out the front of the heater. The wave symbol is continuous blown air. Now the heating's off at the moment, so with these on, it's actually just going to blow cool air out them vents around the van. It is not air conditioning. And then you have your fan speed on top for the fan strength. On the right hand side you have the A for automatic blown air. What this essentially does is allow the thermostats to kick in and out with the heating system on board the van. So essentially, as the Caravan warms up, the fans will cut off. As it drops down in temperature, the fans will kick back in. Microwave, hob, grill and oven, or very much like your household appliances. You will need one of those matchstick style lighters, if that makes sense. So you've got the clicky lighters to ignite the hobs, and the same with the grill and the hob, as there's no igniter button on that particular one. Then the microwave again works very much like your household appliances. Fridge is very simple to use also. So you've got the dial here on the left hand side, select the power source you want to use. So we're going to go for gas first of all. You're going to press in the temperature control on the right hand side and hold it in, and then hit the igniter at the same time. Once the fridge ignites on gas, the little red line here at the bottom will come up into the green with that valve held in, and once it's ignited, that red line will come up, and you'll continue to hold in the gas valve for a further 5 to 10 seconds, then slowly release. If it does drop back down, you may need to go through the igniting process again. On gas or mains, you can control the temperature of the fridge on this dial on the right hand side. On the left hand side, you've got your option to run your fridge on 230 volt mains. So you'll select the 230 volt option at the top here, and then control your fridge temperature again. Then again, on the left hand side, you can go around to the next power source. Now it's showing a battery symbol there. That is not the battery from the Caravan itself. It is the battery from the car you are towing with. So essentially, the fridge will work as a cool box if you select it on the right mode here, and the fridge will cool down as you're traveling, as long as you have the right connection on your car. There is no temperature control for the 12 volt mode. It is a preset temperature, and like I said, it is just a cool box, so it won't freeze up the ice compartment at the top, and it will not get completely cold like it would on the gas or electric mode. Turn the fridge off, you spin it back round to the off position on the side here. Going into the bathroom now, you've got the toilet system, so you have an electric flush on top of the toilet. You have a toilet full indicator light that will illuminate red when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. The toilet seat itself turns for your convenience, as you can see here. However, when you're removing the toilet waste cassette itself, it needs to be straight across the Caravan, so as it is now. If it's turned at all, it will actually lock the toilet waste cassette in place. Then below the toilet, you'll see a grey waste handle here. You need to push that grey waste handle across to the wall on the outside to allow the toilet waste into the cassette. And then when you're not using the toilet, it needs to be in the closed position, back in the centre essentially, so you can remove that toilet waste cassette from underneath the Caravan. So that is the Bailey Ranger 382. If you have any further questions on the Caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon. Thank you again. Bye bye.